video goes over personification. Personification means you are giving something the same sort of descriptions as you would for a human. So, making something seem human is an easy way of thinking about it. Making something seem human. So, how can we make things seem human? We can use adjectives that we'd use for humans, and that is probably the easiest way of doing it. So what are adjectives again? They are describing words. So this means we describe things as we would describe a human. So, the table groaned with tiredness. So obviously tables don't really make a groaning noise like a human, and tables don't really feel tired, do they? So tiredness and groan together make it seem like it's a human, which means we're personifying it, we're making it seem like a human. The next one we have is the bird complained loudly. So do birds really complain to people? Would they be able to tell you if they were upset about some specific thing? Would they say, stop doing that? Well, the thing is, birds make a lot of noise, but we don't know that they're complaining. So people actually make birds and pets sometimes seem human, when really they have their own way of thinking and their own way of communicating. So we have made the bird seem human by using the word complained. And how about the dogs argued, barking angrily. So this one's an interesting one because dogs do seem angry sometimes, don't they? But do dogs really argue? Do they really argue clearly, or are they just barking? Can't be sure, can we? So this is the bit that is personification in this sentence. Now, personification is used in stories very often, and it can even be used to describe the way a building looks. So you wouldn't expect a building to be described like a human, but actually they sometimes are. So, the building had a long pointy nose, for example. So what could that be? It could be describing the chimney. So the building had a long pointy nose. We know that buildings do not have noses, which means that is the bit that makes a personification in this one. Now, let's just make this clear. Nose is the bit that makes personification, not long and pointy, because long and pointy would make sense for a building if we changed this to chimney. And that is why it's usually only one word or two words that really make it seem like they're talking about a person. Okay, the next thing we have is something similar to personification, and that is metaphors. So metaphors are when you say that something is something it isn't. So describing something as if it's something else. As being something else. So not as being a human necessarily, but as being something else. So you could say the man was a dangerous spider. Okay, so that could be a way of describing the man as a spider, but because we think the man is like a spider in some way. So which ways could a man be like a spider? Maybe the man traps things. Maybe he's a hunter and he traps animals in nets or something. And spiders obviously trap things in webs. So traps things, that's one thing that it could be. What else could it be? It could be that it was a quick person that we're describing? Sneaky, maybe? Maybe he's just very good at weaving things, like a spider weaves a web. Maybe he weaves clothes to make something. Okay, so let's look at another one. The boat was a hungry shark. Zooming through the water. So here, we've described the boat as being a shark, and not just any shark, but a hungry shark. Now why would it be similar to a hungry shark? Well, the boat could be similar to a hungry shark because it's going very quickly. Okay, hungry sharks are quickly hunting for things. Or maybe the boat is out hunting for fish, for example, and we call that fishing normally. Okay. But, you know what, we can't really tell between all these things that we could possibly be describing the boat as a shark for, or that we're describing a man as a spider for. And that is why, when you use metaphors, you need to give clues in your next sentence. For example, the next sentence for the boat could be, they were searching for fish. And that would tell us that one of the above is correct, and only one of the above, which is this one. They were searching for fish. So hopefully that gives you an idea of metaphors and personification.